Europe's wildfires are forcing tourist evacuations in France and Spain, and officials warn it could spread. Norwegian Cruise Line CEO just admitted the company's problems are mostly its own fault. And two airline giants are competing for Portugal's national carrier, and the courtship is fascinating. I'm Sarah Dandashi. It's Friday, July 31st, and this is the Skift Daily Briefing. First up, if you're heading to Europe this summer, pay attention. Wildfires are burning across France and Spain right now, forcing hundreds of thousands of people to evacuate, including near some of the most popular tourist destinations on the continent. Near Bordeaux, tourists have been urged to stay away until the situation is under control. A highway in southwest France is partially closed. Rail traffic south of Bordeaux has been suspended, and hotels near the fires have closed, though the Bordeaux airport remains open and many wineries and restaurants in the broader region are still welcoming visitors. In Spain, fires broke out near Madrid and the northwestern province of Zamora. Evacuations have been lifted in some areas as fires stabilize, but roughly 10,000 residents in Castellón still can't return home. And EU officials are warning this isn't over. The head of Europe's Emergency Response Center said that the risk is already moving towards Greece and Central Europe, and that Italy faces heightened risk at the start of August. But the bigger picture here, Europe's temperatures are rising at twice the global average rate. Last year was the worst year for European wildfires since tracking began in 2006. This is becoming a summer travel reality, not an exception. So if you have plans in Southern Europe in the coming weeks, check conditions before you go. Next, Norwegian Cruise Line just reported earnings, and their CEO said something you don't often hear from a chief executive. The company's problems are mostly its own fault. Net yield, the revenue Norwegian earns per passenger, fell 2.6% in the second quarter. It's expected to drop another 8.9% in the third quarter and 6.5% in the fourth. Norwegian has posted the worst yield performance among major cruise operators in recent quarters. The CEO's diagnosis? The company was holding prices too high, too early, which scared off bookings before the marketing could do its job. New creative and media plans are just starting to roll out, but it's too late to help 2026, but potentially meaningful in 2027. The honest take from the CEO, there are just execution issues which we can fix, because that's totally in our control. I'd say it's mostly on us, not the macro. That's a refreshingly direct admission, and investors will be watching closely to see if the fix actually arrives. And finally, Portugal is selling a 44.9% stake in its national airline TAP, Air Portugal, and the two bidders, Lufthansa and Air France-KLM, are going all out to win it. Lisbon made clear up front that price alone won't decide the deal. Portugal wants to know its national airline will stay recognizably Portuguese, so both sides launched charm offensives. Air France-KLM decorated its LinkedIn announcement with traditional Portuguese tiles, committed to keeping TAP's brand and Lisbon hub intact, and brought in Delta CEO Ed Bastian to personally endorse the deal, promising expanded transatlantic connectivity if Air France-KLM wins. Lufthansa took a more concrete approach. Exactly 1 month before the bid deadline, its maintenance subsidiary broke ground on a new repair facility near Porto. Hundreds of millions of euros, up to 700 jobs. Portugal's prime minister showed up with a spade. That kind of endorsement can't be written into a bid document. So how does this ultimately play out? Portugal has 30 days to assess both offers. It could pick a winner, ask both to improve their bids, or walk away entirely. Either way, TAP is one of the last mid-sized independent European flag carriers with a truly distinctive network, and whoever gets it gains a powerful gateway between Europe and Latin America. That's it for your Skift Daily Briefing. For more industry news, head to skift.com, and as always, subscribe at skift.com/daily.